good evening, and hello. So, hello on this very muddled up kind of day. Um, well, what can I say? I had planned that I would do the broadcast a little bit earlier, but that went out the window, of course. And I had planned all sorts of other things, and they went out the window as well. So it's been a rather muddled day. But that's okay, because that's more or less what the energy's like at the moment. You may find that you think you're doing one thing, and then you find that you're doing another thing completely. So, hello Karen, lovely to see you here. So whether you're watching the video live or whether you pick it up and catch it later on, I hope that the guidance will make some sense for you, and I hope that your week will go well. Hi Lucian, as well as it can be, really. I'm already giggling because I've just managed to squeeze some time to do the video, because I was saying, when am I going to do it? Up at midnight. Anyway, it's been an interesting week. I hope that your week has gone okay. Brilliant if it's gone better than okay, but you may have found yourself feeling like 2 steps forward, 15 steps back. You may have felt like you were stuck, and you may have also felt frustrated. What am I here to do? Why am I here? That feeling is still underpinning a lot of the energy that's coming through, and it's still presenting us with the challenges of living our spirituality and working through things from a spiritual perspective if we can. I know that element has crept into the blogs I've been writing, and the effect of the Pisces full moon is in the spiritual heart of us. So we're in this whole energy of this desire to do the best we possibly can, because that's the spiritual part of us, and the frustration of maybe not really knowing, well, what is that? You may have found that the flow of abundance represented by finance has been tricky to manage. Coming in, going out, coming in, going out, feeling like, well, when is there enough? When will I feel like I've got enough to have whatever I want? And a big push to help us to recognise that we achieve a flow of abundance when we do 3 things. When we ask for everything that we require and desire, and ask as clearly as possible. When we send that out in a heartfelt way, so yes, this is really what I want. And when we are open to receive what comes back, because underpinning all of this is that if we think we don't deserve it, then we'll get in the way of our own magic, really. Because that's what you're doing when you're asking the universe, when you're asking the energy to provide you with things, is you're creating a form of magic. Excuse me. And if you don't receive it back, and if you don't let it be sent the way it's meant to be sent, then what you end up with is half of what you want, or something that you realise you don't want. So it can get very, very muddled. So if you're wanting that flow of abundance, if you're wanting to live in a secure and financial way, then it's about recognising ask. Ask clearly. Let it go off. Don't think about it and don't stress on it. Then let it come back in the way it's meant to come back in. The universe is really creative, absolutely creative. I had some car repairs, but I had somebody who would do them for me in an energy exchange. So I got my car repairs for an energy, I did something in return. A barter system, if you like. That's all that money represents. That's what abundance is. Hi Fiona, that's what's important for us to remember. And the biggest thing that we do, and I'm very good at this, is we send it out, but we send it out with terms and conditions. Well, yes, I want this amount of money to come in, but I'd like it to be like this and like that. And one of the examples I always use, people know that I use, is it's like, oh, I'll buy a lottery ticket. Absolutely wonderful. I'm saying to the universe, send me whatever is mine to have. And then I get the lottery ticket, and the next thing I'm likely to say is, but I can't manage anything above, if I get 100,000, that'll be nice. I've immediately told the universe, well, whatever you were planning to send me, don't send it, because it's not what I want anymore. So this week that we've been through is very much up to you to recognise where you trip up that energy work, where you get in the way of it all coming in for you. Now, I've had to kind of laugh to myself a lot today, because yesterday I had a little train of thought. I thought, oh, I wonder if my phone's due for an upgrade. And I thought, no, it won't be yet. I won't bother. This morning, my phone died. Wouldn't work, wouldn't charge, wouldn't do anything. So I ended up ringing up the phone company and finding out that there was an upgrade that I could have to a newer phone in a pretty colour. Actually, the colour I like. So of course I said yes. Only to find when I've taken the SIM card out, the phone started working again. The universe sent me what I thought I'd like. Strange way to do it, but a very good way to do it. Hiya, Sarah. Thank you about the card. It's me snuggle blanket. So if you just think about it, we can have whatever we require. We've just got to be flexible. And one of the things we've also got to be flexible about is our ability. Just remember, there are parts of you, abilities that you've got that you may have sidelined and thought, I can't do that. It's in there, and it's time to bring all of this lovely stuff out. Because we're heading into, it's no wonder there's hurricanes around, we're heading into a huge energy blast on the 17th of September. For lots of different reasons, we've been getting all this energy to help us to shift from the fear-based lives that we lead into the intuitive-based lives that we can lead, if we remember that we are intuitive beings. So the energy that's coming through is already building up. 10 days, I know, but it's on its way. So in the coming week, what you may need to consider is being really kind to yourself. Not being drawn into conflict or confrontation, just asking yourself, is it worth it? That's a really good question. You know, is it worth stress and worry and strain when, if you step out of the fear, the universe has a chance to organise things properly for you? Very much allow yourself to take each day step by step. And that's such old wisdom, and yet we don't live by it. Now's a good time to really put that into practice, to really grasp this. Every day is the day that matters, and step out of this whole fear for the future. Life's never certain. I don't know where we ever thought that it was certain. I think people are certain. People do the same things. But, you know, life itself is not a certainty, and it is not guaranteed. So the more that you can be in that flow of, today is the best day, I'm going to make it the best day I can, the more you actually help yourself. The more that you can relax and go, oh, well, I don't have to worry about tomorrow. And you can pay attention to the lovely things that the universe is sending you. Maybe a chat with a good friend. Maybe a cup of tea, or a TV programme, or a good book. All these little things, but they can make a beautiful day. The people around you can make it a beautiful day, as long as you put that energy into focus on the positive, looking for the good stuff. Now, it's interesting for me tonight because in one way, all the energy beings that we usually pack in the room to the rafters aren't here. I know that I'm speaking on their behalf, but they're a long way away. They've gone to a distance. And the reason that they've gone to a distance is because in this next few weeks, we have to choose for ourselves. The guides have gone quiet. And that does happen when it's time for us to make big changes within ourselves. So I know that they're around and I can feel the link of energy, but I can't say there's a specific one or other there at the moment. And I'm being honest about this because nothing less will do. It's no good me saying I've got Archangel this or Archangel that, or an ascended master or a guide, if they're not there. It's about making sure this time, in the coming days, that you choose to the best of your ability. Because that's another thing. Choices are never concrete. I know we think they are. I've had a lot of choices. I've thought, right, that's it. Only to have to turn them round, go back and do it all again. And if we can be in the day, in the moment, be flexible, then we start to recognise that what we choose today doesn't always have to be what we choose tomorrow. We can change our minds. That's the wonderful thing about choice. You can change it. So when the energy starts to build up and you get a bit frustrated because you know that you're restless and you know that you've got something to do and you don't know what it is or how you're going to do it, just step back make your decisions on the information that you have available at the time. And I do mean that about big decisions too, because we often put off big decisions saying, oh, I haven't got enough information. What we really mean is, I can't control all of the outcomes, so I'm not going to do anything. There always will be unexpected outcomes in life. There always will be consequences we haven't seen or foreseen. But we can't stay without a decision. We've got to make a choice. And if it's not the wrong choice, if it's not the right choice, sorry, it'll happen. It won't happen. Who's missing? Who's muddling me up now? If it's the right choice, it'll happen. If it's the wrong choice, it won't. Something else will get in the way. I've got a bit of mischief going on in the background. I do know I've got some spirit children playing around, so maybe they're just making their point. One of the things that the energy is about is also helping you to find that childlike trust and that childlike wonder. Hi, Joy and Rosalind. Life is timeless for a child. Now, not every child's life is an easy life or a safe life or a secure life. We haven't got there yet. We've a long way to go before that's the truth. But children have a wonderful quality. It's an honesty, and it keeps them in the moment. It keeps them focused on what is happening right now. We teach them fear. We do. They're not born with fear. They are fearless, our children. So go back to a little bit of that child inside you. Embrace that childlike sense of, well, I can do this, or I can do that. I can do what suits me. And understand that there is always that ability to do that. That's the point I want to end on. That childlike, relaxed week. Give yourself the best week you can. Give yourself a break. Give yourself love. And I'll be back next week to see where we are. If the technology works. Have a good week, folks. Bye.